that I'm not a God. I'd rather you tell me about your God, because talking about me makes me, one, the most important person in that conversation. It also, two, makes me very angry whenever you tell me something that I'm not, that I know I am. Like when I go, technically speaking, I'm a district manager in South Carolina because I've worked in multiple stores in South Carolina. And every time I leave a store, either A, I've inspired somebody's mentality in that store. It may not be the general manager of that location, but I may influence a shift manager or an assistant manager or a cashier or a cook or a janitor or a maintenance guy. I've inspired somebody in some way anytime I leave someplace. So a part of being a district manager is not just about, for me, it's not just about one particular company. It's about the mentality of the people around me. So while some people rather tear people down and make them feel less than, I'd rather lift people up and make them feel inspired. So I'm the type of God that inspires people, where a bunch of other people in human flesh rather tear people down. So to me, one, their God is bullshit, because if their gods were as good as I am, then their gods would inspire them to inspire people, not get them to accept being tormented and tortured by people, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or physically, or even financially. So when it comes down to what it truly means to be a God, I don't believe in somebody else's God if their God allows them to be a bad person. I don't believe in somebody else's God if their God teaches them to live in enslavement and instead of self-perseverance and self-ascension. My God, aka self, is a smart God, a wise God, a communicative God, a God who lacks the patience, a God who lacks the patience to accept somebody else's rule as my own if I disagree with the rule. That is my level of godliness, right? So like, let's say you got a husband and 3 kids and y'all co-parent well, y'all both co-parent well, and y'all give each other the opportunity to coach the children in your own individual way. That is a loving home. Let's say another couple has a husband and the woman never allows the man to give words of wisdom to the child in front of her. That is a bad household. If the man doesn't speak up and continues to not necessarily assert his dominance, but his ideology of leadership, that is a submissive man. And therefore, when it comes to mental and emotional maturity, I know some people go, well, sometimes you just got to shut up and let people. Well, if you can give me that advice, then other people need to take that advice in my presence, right? Because when I'm in other people's presence, if I offer them advice based on something that they're complaining about, then that's me sharing the wisdom that I've learned through situations. But if somebody's mentioning something and the advice I give them is only encouraging negative behavior, then I wouldn't be happy with myself. For example, when I was a teenager, I had a friend of mine walk up to me. He goes, man, I'm about to go over there and steal da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I was like, man, you don't want to do that. That shit's going to bring more problems than what you want. He goes, nah, man, that motherfucker pissed me off, man. I need to go do that. I'm like, all right, bro, if you're going to go do that, make sure you wear gloves. Make sure you wear plastic bags over your shoes to hide your shoe print. Try to put pepper or glue on the bottom of your shoes just in case the dogs get involved. They can try to throw off their scent. Like, you know, I know it's not me necessarily encouraging negative behavior, but it's me saying, hey, man, I care enough about you that I don't want to see you get in trouble. And other people are not going to understand your situation the way I can understand your situation. So if you're not going to stray away from the behavior that could possibly get you in trouble, at least do it the most sophisticated way possible to try not to, because the whole purpose is to not get caught anyway. Well, for some people, the purpose is just going to do it whether or not they get caught. And then other people prefer not to get caught and still want to do it. So as the God I am an understanding God. I am a God of inspiration. Like my logic, if you watch my previous videos, I didn't ask my mom and dad to give birth to me.